It's time for the Q&A video, what I've been promising you all this time. So, let's crack on into those questions, shall we? Let's do the obvious ones first. Few people said, why did I start doing YouTube? Why did I start doing YouTube? Basic reason. I wanted to. I saw a few of my favourite guys like Alpha Mega Sin, Ollie43, Richard VTech USA, and I liked those guys, and I thought, well, if they can, I can. So I thought, well, you got to lose, and I did it. Other people have asked me, what made me pick the name Zenbloke? Well, I've used the name Zenbloke for a very long time, across many different platforms and for many different things. Just the only thing I couldn't use it on was PSN. But that's a story for another time, I think. Oh yes, of course the other obvious question, what's my favourite game? I've had this one quite a few times actually. My favourite game? This is where it's going to get interesting, I think. Is because it's last gen. Okay, I've got some ears. It's a PlayStation Move game. Ooh, I've lost a few years now. And you needed to have 2 PlayStation Moves for... Ooh, I've really lost quite a lot of you with that one. And it was called The Fight Lights Out. Now, this game, I personally loved. I had a lot of fun with it. And that's the main thing for me, gaming and my experience. And I'll come to that in another question. Now, the fight, what you had was you had 2 moves, obviously, and the move having that, nanomillimeter precision movement tracking system, unlike Wii Boxing, which was punching like that, and nothing happens. I mean, you go like that in Wii Boxing, and the guy goes on the screen like about half a second later. Not that, but the fight lights out. No, man, no. If you go in, and you go bam, 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 boom, boom, that's what you see on the screen. I mean, you can't do rotational punches, but and there's no kicking, obviously. But I mean, you got side movement, and you got forcing back and forth, pulling back, and guard positions and all the rest of it, and it worked. And it looked decent, and the physics were great, and it even worked online, pretty much exactly how it worked in the single player. I mean, the critics hated it, but me, I loved it, and there was a whole bunch of other people. Go look around the YouTube, and you'll see they loved it too. People always, of course, were asking, as soon as they asked, what's my favourite game, they asked, what was my favourite system? Now, this is where it gets a bit tricky, because it's changed over the years. I mean, my favourite system for the longest time was the PS2. I mean, I loved the PS1, but the PS2 is where it really exploded. We all know the sales record of the PS2. And then I loved my PS3 because it was so diverse and it could do everything. I still have it. It's, the Blu-ray and all the rest of it. It's just fantastic. And of course, as I stated, I love Move. I've got my sharpshooter. It's just an all-round great package. But I reckon give it another year or two, and I'll probably have the PS4 as being my all-time favourite system. But it also depends on what I want to do, what I'm thinking of, or when I'm in my head. So there's no clean-cut answer to that one, unfortunately. Right, but then comes to the question I was alluding to before. What do I think is quality in a game? What I think is quality? Disregard all kinds of things like length of a title, graphical improvements, textures, story, gameplay mechanics, physics, control system, the developer. All that's great, okay? You can have any number of those things, or some of those things, or some of the other things, or whatever. But I think for me what makes it is the experience. and how I get them to gauge the experience before buying a game is finding out what people think about it. You know, now it's a lot of the time that has to come from reviewers if it's a brand new game that isn't out yet and they've got the review copies. But if I can get to find out what a good bunch of my friends think of a game, and I know my friends so I know kind of what they dig, then I'll have a better idea of whether or not I'll be into that game. And I'll be able to assess the quality of that game for its gameplay experience, because that's what it comes down to at the end of the day, the experience. Am I gonna dig this game? And if I dig it, that's the quality for me. Now let's get to some of these other questions. Yes. Are you satisfied with the current gen? If yes, then what do you like? If no, what would you change? And now there's something interesting. Yes, I am actually satisfied with the current gen so far. Bear in mind that the current gen's not even gone for 2 years yet, and most console generations in recent memory have been at the 8 to 10 year mark. So I think, there's scope, there's good things ahead. We just have to be a little bit patient sometimes. We don't do that as gamers. But I think, things are looking pretty good. And, I think there's a lot of hope. However, there are some things I would change. I mean, obviously, you guys know that I want to change my PSN name. I've spoken of this on many occasions. There's other little niggly things here and there that I think need to change. And, we all are aware of those issues, I think. But, I think if there's one thing that needs to be changed, it's for Sony to sort out their grief reporting. Which brings me to the next question, asked by Mr. Wiggy, both for this video and in the most recent State of Gaming podcast, was the suspension ever resolved? I should probably fill this up if you did not see the suspension video, because there are a couple of new subscribers since that video was made. Basically, a while ago, Sony suspended my account for a fortnight. As you can imagine, I was not pleased about this. I phoned Sony to find out what was going on, because I couldn't get into my system. I had no clue. And then after talking at some length with a very snooty woman, she told me that my account had been suspended. Upon asking why it had been suspended, she told me I had been suspended for, get this, hate speech. Now, my mother raised me not to be sexist or racist or anything like that. I'm a guy that's spent a good chunk of his life working with people from other countries and actually enjoying that aspect of my working life. I've been on numerous anti-Nazi marches. I even podcast with two gentlemen of Afro-Caribbean descent, one of which is American, the other which is English. I abhor racism and sexism. So to be told that I've been done for hate speech, you can imagine it irks me somewhat. So eventually, after several bits of emailing, I eventually got somebody from Sony to call me back. And after about nearly a 45-minute discussion with this gentleman, where I pushed it back and forth, he finally tells me that it's confirmed that I was doing hate speech, which surprised the hell out of me, and that basically the complaint was upheld and there's nothing I could do about it. And I said, but I know for a fact I've not done anything that's been sexist or racist or denigrated anybody's religion or anything like that. He said, oh, it wasn't any of those things. And I was like, dude, hate speech, all the things I mentioned, what's left? He went, oh, apparently it was something to do with a video you put up. And that's as much as he was prepared to tell me. And I said to him, mate, the only videos I've posted about are the videos on my channel. And I don't even swear in those. And the only video where I do swear, was age blocked. And that video, just for you to know, was the video when I railed against the concept of Sony opening a store with 12 hours notice in one location in London to sell a limited number of 20th anniversary PS4s. It's like, hello, I'm up here in Edinburgh. Do you think I've got the money on the time off work that quickly to come down and buy a PS4? Spread them out in the country, Sony. But that was in that video. So, basically it was upheld. I was offline for a fortnight and I couldn't do anything about it, and I didn't get any kind of anything back. I just got screwed over. So, thanks Sony, I feel really appreciated as a customer of that. So let's see more. Let's get to more cult fun stuff. What was the other good questions? Oh yes, here's one I got a couple of times. What are the origins of I nae bother? Well, the origins of I nae bother are basically, one, me being Scottish, and basically I was looking for a positive affirmation to end my videos, and I've done it since the first Zenbloke video, way back, and yeah, I just like the sound of it, and I say it a lot anyway, and it just seemed to be a natural fit. I mean, hell, Wingy nicks it all the time. Which is always fun. What else have we got here in questions? Let's see. I've done that one. I've done that one. Done that one. Yeah, I think I've covered all the questions. But if there's anything I've not covered and you've come across this video as a brand new user and not had a chance to get a question in, feel free to stick it in the comment section below and I'll answer it, because I read the comment section, guy. I read them. This is a two-way conversation. This is a community, and I believe in the YouTube experience. A couple of shout-outs before I go. One, I'm playing Bloodborne tonight for the streaming. So if you want to follow my Twitch channel, that's grand. That'd be awesome. It's called Zenbloke, as you might imagine. As for the games themselves, I'm extending the voting period. So basically, once I finish streaming, to the next stream is the voting period for all the games that I usually tend to play. And tonight I'll be playing Bloodborne. I got it on loan from a friend of mine, who is awesome, and we'll be getting a shout out when I do the shout outs near the end of this video. Please remember to vote on the video, to vote what games I play by using the hashtag Zenvote and the list from the last 3 videos. Okay, so any one of the last 3 videos you can watch and get the list from it. The next video you'll see from me will be the 200 video, which will be a compilation of all my favourite bits of videos that I've done over the last near 2 years, and hopefully you'll enjoy that. I might leave annotations in to link you to the videos, because you know, some of them are kind of fun, and definitely worth a rewatch for any of you new guys. Right, I think that's near enough it, so I'll just give those shout outs I spoke about, and the shout outs go a little bit like this. Winking Gaming, you're awesome, sir. Cycle Gamer, got on yourself. Commander Sushi, whoop whoop whoop. Oh, and thank you for the Bloodborne. Dave S, you know you're always there for me, man, and you're a rock. You're just you're a good guy. You're a good YouTuber. Darth Hooley, thank you, and of course Coughed Up Derp, aka Sam. You're awesome, brother. You two guys are always commenting. You're always there there for me, and that's kick ass. I think that's everything I can do for this video, so I'll close it the way I always do. Please remember to rate, favourite, comment, share, and subscribe. And as always, I nae bother.